hope everyone is doing really well today. I want to say thank you for joining me for another video. Today's one I'm really excited for because I haven't really done a cocktail alcohol video in quite a wee while, so I'm looking forward to today's video. I want to say hello if you are a new subscriber and welcome back if you've watched my videos before. My name is Leslie, it's so lovely to have you here, and yeah, I just really am looking forward to bringing this video to you today. So today's video is all about my absolute favourite cocktail. I've already done a video on a Cosmopolitan, which I do really enjoy as well, but in actual fact, my favourite cocktail is the Pornstar Martini. And I know it's actually not maybe that well known. Some bars don't serve it. It's not one you can actually get that easily. Certainly in Glasgow, I've had to like make notes of which bars serve them. So if you've never heard of a Pornstar Martini, it is basically a passion fruit flavoured cocktail. It's very fruity, it's very sweet. I would say it's quite a sort of girly, fruity cocktail, but it's just absolutely delicious. So basically the first part of today's video, I'm gonna make it with you here. And then I put a wee thing on Instagram and I asked if anyone had any suggestions of things I could talk about whilst I sip my cocktail and enjoy. So I've got a few wee things to talk about, and then that'll kind of be today's video. So let's just get on with it. So what I thought we'd do to start off with, I'm going to show you the ingredients that I've got to make the cocktail, and I also thought I'd briefly mention the name of it. Obviously it's the Pornstar Martini, which sometimes I have felt a bit like nervous to order if it's not on a menu, but I mean, I have been known to ask places like, would it be possible to have a Pornstar Martini? Like, do you do a Pornstar Martini? I honestly love them that much, and I know some people are like, how can you drink them? They're so sweet, like we could maybe have like one, but I could probably have quite a few. But I will say probably since not having them for so long, I probably actually wouldn't have that many anymore. I'd maybe still have like one or two, I think is the max, because they are so like, the flavour is just like zingy and fruity, but they are amazing. And I wanted to say, I think they originate from London because I do see them quite a lot in the UK, but actually they're not a cocktail that I see abroad much at all. And I think I have had one maybe in America. I have had one in some of the European countries, but typically I find it definitely more in like British bars. In fact, I'm gonna give it a quick Google and see if that's correct. So yeah, the cocktail was invented in London in 1999, and the name, it says just literally to give it like a sort of controversial, attention-grabbing name. So there isn't really much other reasoning behind it. So I'm gonna show you the ingredients that I've got, and then we'll start making our drink. Okay, so this is my little ingredients section here. I feel a bit like Ready Steady Cook or something. So this looks a bit weird, but what is in this bowl is actually passion fruit puree, which I ordered specifically from Amazon because I didn't see it in many supermarkets, and I think this is key for the cocktail. I do think if you want to make it correctly, I think the passion fruit, I find that so hard to say, passion fruit puree is vital. So that's passion fruit puree. Then we have actual passion fruit, which is really just a garnish, to be honest. Then I'm going to talk about the egg in a second. Then we have absolute vanilla vodka. So any vanilla vodka would do, but I do think you want the vanilla flavoured one. And then this little guy over here is Passoa, which is like a passion fruit flavoured alcohol. Yeah, as you can see, it's a liqueur there. So that's basically what you need. Then we also need a little bit of sugar syrup, which I'm going to explain in just a wee second. And then you need a little bit of egg white, which is what is going to give the white sort of trim on the cocktail. And the one last thing you should have is fresh lime juice, which I did forget about the lime. I've got a lemon, which I think is going to work okay because there's so many other flavours going on. I think I'll just gamble it and see how we get on. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is make the simple sugar syrup. And when I first read the ingredients to make these at home, I was like, for goodness sake, I've got to get a pan out, and like this is just more than I thought. But it's actually really simple, and it doesn't take that long at all. And actually you can make a lot of it because I think it's used quite a bit in other cocktails, and you can just pop it in the fridge and it's going to keep for quite a while because it's literally sugar and water. So basically I've got 200 ml of water here, 200 grams of sugar here. I'm just going to put them in a pan. I'm going to add, I think, half a teaspoon of vanilla extract, which you don't have to do, but that helps just bring a wee bit more vanilla because that's kind of a prominent theme with the Pornstar Martini. And we're just gonna literally put it in the pan. All you want to do is keep stirring it until the sugar melts, and then that's basically it. So just to quickly show you, that is the sugar water in there. I've added the vanilla extract, which is why you can see there's a slight colour to the water. So that is it basically. Yeah, that's it. The sugar's all dissolved. So what you want to do is probably cool that down a bit now. So I'll put that aside and we'll start with the rest of the ingredients. So I am following a recipe to make the cocktail, so I'm going to link it in the description. I will say it's in ounces. I prefer to work in mil, so I've kind of converted it. And I'm going to double the recipe today just because the glasses I have are quite big, and the last time I did this it didn't really make that much, so I'm going to double it, and Jack can maybe have a wee bit once he comes in from work. So first thing, it says 1.5 ounces of vanilla flavoured vodka. That roughly translates to 45 ml, so I'm going to go for 90 ml because that's it being doubled. So here we go with the 90 ml of the vodka. If you're thinking, oh my god, that's a lot, I don't know how many this will make, so obviously not going to drink absolutely loads of it, but that's the 90 ml of the vanilla vodka. That's the first thing we're going to do. So the next thing the recipe calls for is the lime juice, which, oops, I don't have. So I'm going to go for the lemon. It is again 1/2 ounce of lime juice, which I think translates roughly as 15 ml, doubling it, so it's going to be 30 ml of this. So I will do that and I'll come back with the next ingredient. So that is the lemon juice in, and the next thing I'm going to add is the passion fruit puree. I'm going to include a picture here of the brand that I purchased from Amazon, which I do think when using it, it has really replicated like a bar style Pornstar Martini. Like I really feel as if this added something extra. So the only thing I would say is I do think go easy on this. The first time I made them, I put in too much of the passion fruit puree and they were really, really sour. So I think maybe a wee bit less than this recipe suggests. So this suggests 1 ounce. Because I'm doubling it, I'm going to go for 2 ounces, and that would mean 60 ml. So I'm going to put in maybe like 45 to 50 ml. I think just a wee bit less stops it. Maybe having those slightly sour, tart, tangy flavours be too intense. So the next thing I'm going to add is the Pessoa. So that's again, it's 1/2 ounce. I'm doubling it, so it's 1 ounce, which is 30 ml. So I'll go ahead and add that in. So that's 15 ml of Pessoa. So I'm going to do one more. Right, here's the second one going in. And then the final ingredient I think we need to add is just the sugar syrup. So it is again 1/2 ounce, so I'm going to be going for 30 ml of that as well. So this is the sugar syrup going in, that's 15 ml, 30 ml. And so the final bit really is to add a little bit of egg white, which is what's going to give us that frothy bit at the top of the cocktail. It's kind of hard. Oh. Okay, I got a wee bit. So that's, you just literally mix it in, which I know seems a bit weird, but it's because when you shake it, it's going to sit on the top when you actually don't really end up drinking it. It's probably purely for aesthetic and texture rather than you actually tasting it. So just to recap, we've got vanilla vodka, Pessoa, lime juice, but it's lemon juice, sugar syrup, passion fruit puree, and a little bit of egg white. What I'm going to do now is put this in a shaker with ice, shake it up, then we're going to serve it. Here we go, now for the fun bit. So I don't have like a cocktail shaker, I just like have this water bottle that I'm going to use. I'm going to give it a shake. It says you only need to do it for like 10-15 seconds, so we'll just go for it. Oh, I wonder if it's going to come out okay. Right, I think I'll just go for like that maybe. One last shake for good measure. Okay, let's just see. Okay, yeah, so you can see the nice trimming there. Ooh. Oh, it's the smell that is amazing. So just to garnish it, I'm grabbing one of the passion fruits. All you do is half it, or you can, if you're trying to get more, you could just take a slice, but I'm just gonna half it for ease. It's like that, and then I'm just gonna drop it in to the cocktail. So I'll now show you a wee bird's eye view. Okay, so here is our cocktail. Apologies about the mess in the background, but there we go. Yeah, you can see the little bit of egg white definitely makes a wee difference. So now for the taste test. I will say don't be disheartened if you're finding it too strong in some flavours. You can definitely just top it up with a wee bit of one of them and see what happens, because I've actually done that before. Although it's maybe better to taste it before you add the egg white, but let's just see. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Oh, it's just the combination of flavours. Honestly, if you've not had a Pornstar Martini, you need to either, once you're at a lockdown, go to a bar and order one, or try and follow this video or follow the recipe, try and make one. They are absolutely stunning. They are just perfect for like spring and summer, the fruity flavours. They are phenomenal, and hopefully I've shown you they're not actually that difficult to make at home, and I do think they look so impressive. Like imagine having, when you can have people over, saying just whips up a wee cocktail. Oh my goodness, amazing. So I'm gonna just go and get settled down and we'll talk a wee bit more about some of the questions or some of the topics people sent in, and yeah, we'll just relax. I hope you've got a wee drink if you're not having a Pornstar or a cocktail, you know, whatever you're having. Cheers, and yeah, I'll see you for part 2. So we're now moving into sort of part 2 of the video where we're just gonna have a little bit of a chat, hopefully just relax, enjoy yourselves. I have to say the cocktail's going down very nicely. Oh, I just feel so happy to have made this. I'll admit though, Jack just came in from work there and he honestly looked at me like I was crazy. The kitchen looks a bit like a bar, there's stuff everywhere, and I'm like making cocktails midweek, like quite the thing. I'll admit I am filming this midweek, and I wanted to say a quick apology that this is not up at my usual time slot. Do I have an excuse? I do. My excuse is probably that I was making these at the weekend and I sickened myself with them and I had to wait a few days before I could face them again. That is my excuse. Eek, sorry. But, so if you follow me on Instagram, I put a wee thing up on my story and said if anyone has any suggestions, send me a message and I can talk about it in the video. So I did that. I've got my phone here with a few screenshots of the questions. So the first one that I wanted to mention was a bit about my skincare. And I will say that I'm actually not the best for skincare advice because I'm not someone that really spends a lot or actually puts a lot of energy into it, simply because I feel like I spend so much on clothes. I try and cut, I cut other areas. I don't really spend that much on skincare, but I will say, and I mentioned this in another video, that I have very sensitive skin and I am prone to breakouts. So I have been using the Origins Spot Remover Gel. I'm gonna just go and grab it now, and it honestly, I think has been making a difference. So this is a tiny little bottle. I'm gonna hold it there. It's quite expensive. I think it's around about £16, although if you shop around, you might be able to get a discount from different sites. But I honestly think this makes a difference to, if you have a spot, if you put it on immediately, it definitely takes the redness away. And I would say the spots tend to go within a couple of days. The other thing that I've been doing is actually putting on sunscreen in the first thing in the morning. So I don't wear makeup every day, so particularly if I'm not filming or I'm not trying to take any pictures, I just try not to put any makeup on at all. So I often look quite horrendous, like Monday to Friday. But what I have been doing is putting on like factor 15, because my sister told me, and I can't remember the exact percentage, but I'm sure it's like 70% of early aging can be reduced by wearing sunscreen. Even though, like, I live in Scotland, we don't see the sun that much. Just even when it's a cloudy day, it's still so bright when you think about it, and that can actually age your skin. So I've been using this little Nivea bottle. Again, I'm gonna go and grab it. The bottle's actually quite dirty because it's been in my makeup bag, but it's this Nivea Soothing Day Cream 24-hour moisture, sensitive skin, free of perfume, SPF 15. And this was honestly a couple of pounds. And I feel like it's definitely a good product. So the only thing is I'm not convinced it's not causing slight breakouts like along here, which is what kind of happens when my skin's been irritated by something. So I am in the market to maybe try a slightly dearer one, which I know my sister has been using. So I will maybe invest in that. But this has been not a bad start, and I actually feel better waking up and kind of protecting my skin immediately from the UV rays and things like that. So that's my skincare routine. As I said, it's not much. I just use my, I don't know how you say it, my cellar water to take my makeup off. I use, again, a Nivea moisturiser just to moisturise my face. I don't really use anything that luxurious or expensive or exciting because I spend so much on clothes. I have to cut other things out, but I will probably try and do a wee bit more. Just as I'm getting a bit older, you want to protect your skin a wee bit more. So that's the skincare bit. I'm going to move on to the next question. So there was a couple of questions that were a wee bit similar that were to do with favourite Scottish bars or fun places to go in Glasgow. So I will say in general, I love Glasgow, but I don't actually find the bars are that, I mean, I don't actually know, maybe these questions weren't meaning bars. Oh no, one said bars, okay. Cute and fun places to go in Glasgow. Well, I will say there's some really cute cafes that I think have popped up. Locker, I can't remember, is it Locker? And then it's a number in Finiston, is like a pink Instagram cafe, and I actually did a wee reel of that cafe, so I'll include it here. That was a really cute one to go to. And there's a new one in Bearsden if anyone is in the Glasgow area. It's called Vivi & Co, and it has gorgeous like floral displays. It looks really cute, it's really pink. I've actually only been for a takeaway because I don't think they've been open for sit-ins during this time just yet. The restrictions haven't worked out for them yet, but they will be reopening on the 26th, so Vivi & Co looks like the cutest little place. I definitely want to go there. I think other places I really enjoy going, I would say I have mentioned the Ivy before. I just love the Ivy. I always feel so glam going in there. I think Bow and Birdie is another really like glam cocktail bar. It's part of the Blytheswood Hotel, which I just think it's really, yeah, it just always feels so sophisticated going in there. But in actual fact, I would say I much prefer Edinburgh bars and Edinburgh, like the Edinburgh nightlife. Or not even nightlife, just like day drinking. Harvey Nichols, the rooftop bar. Oh, I miss it so much. Yeah, I absolutely love going there. I love the Dome at Christmas, and I would really love to go to the Dome for afternoon tea. Tattoo in Edinburgh, absolutely amazing. They've got the most like gorgeous like floral blossom trees like in the restaurant. And they also have restaurants, I think Manchester, maybe Liverpool. So Tattoo, I definitely really, really love. I'm trying to think where else. So favourite Scottish bars. Although, do you know what I will say is interesting is I honestly feel in the lockdown I have enjoyed drinking at home so much. Like, I think the thing is, see, when you compare to like a night out in the bars, you've got queues for the toilet, queues for the bar, your shoes are sore because you can't get a seat, can you get a taxi, it's probably blowing a gale outside, all of that. Oh, whereas think of it, this is why I think I keep getting so hungover, is because I'm drinking in the flat. You can pick any song you want, Taylor Swift. You can go to the toilet when you want. You can sit down when you want. You could wear whatever the hell you want. And no one is, that your night has no end to it. Like there's no reason for your night to end. You're just having so much fun. So I actually really have enjoyed drinking in the house. But I'm just trying to think if there's any other bars that are not necessarily in like Glasgow or Edinburgh. I really love going like up north as well, up to the Speyside area, because I work in the whisky industry. Speyside, I really feel there's a lot of cute little things going on. Like there's a place called the Copper Dog, which our old dog was called Copper, so that really touched my heart. Like it was a really cute place to visit. But I'm trying to think if I had any other good answers to this. I think, well, I will tell you what I've got booked for us leaving lockdown. So because I'm obviously in Glasgow, I've got a few places in the West End. So Cottiers is one of them. It's like an outdoor kind of beer garden type place. I've got there booked. And I've also got Cafe Parma booked, which is an Italian restaurant, and they've got a nice terrace. My bookings are all outdoors so that I can have a drink. So those are the places that I'm really looking forward to visiting and, you know, supporting when they reopen. I do like, do you know what, the restaurant Bar and Grill in Princess Square is really nice, and they, do you know what, they do a good Pornstar Martini. I would definitely suggest in there to try your Pornstar. I also thought at this point I could quickly mention some of the best porn stars I've had like within the UK, and one of the best ones was actually in the picture that I put on Instagram, and it was from Rosso in Manchester, and it was absolutely stunning. And that was it was a trip with Jack that we went down there, and he never really liked a Pornstar Martini before then, but we were drinking them together on that trip and he was just like, no, this is amazing, I love it. So Rosso is definitely one of the best ones I've had within the entire of the UK. In Glasgow, actually, I never know how you say this place. It's like Chow Praya, the Thai place. There's one in Edinburgh as well. They do a really good porn star, although it's a different name. But in general, I definitely live by the rule of everything in moderation. I think a wee bit of everything is absolutely fine. I would say I do a lot of home cooking, so I actually don't really have like takeaways that much unless I am really hungover, or you know, just like every now and again. But actually really do most weekends throughout lockdown, Jack and I have just cooked at home because we both love cooking. I do love going out for dinner, but I'm actually really happy also just cooking in the house as well. So yeah, that wasn't really the best answer to that question, but I think to reiterate what I've said, everything in moderation, definitely don't restrict. I think try and do a bit of movement. I think 10k steps is actually not a bad target to set yourself. I think walking is something that If you've got the time, you can definitely make it happen, and I think it just helps you, I don't know, just get moving and stuff like that. But yeah, that is my routine. I will probably go back to the gym once they reopen, but I'm definitely not going to go back to the same routine that I had before. So I realised there was actually one other question that I've missed, which was favourite places in the UK to visit. So number one is probably London. I absolutely love like a weekend in London. I love going to Chelsea, I love going to Kensington, I love Covent Gardens. I always love the London bar and restaurant scene. I think they have there's such a variety of places that we don't actually have up here. So yeah, I would definitely say London for sure. And the other place I really love is Manchester, because Manchester has the most amazing like unique bars as well. Like I just feel like the nightlife that we have in Glasgow is good, but it's more geared for, I think, like students or then younger people or then maybe a wee bit older. I feel like there's this lacking bit in the middle where I'm like, I don't know where to go. I know I realise I've not really discussed anything that cultural, but I'm going to talk about bars because that's kind of what I'm thinking. But yeah, Manchester, like Menagerie, there's Tattoo as well, which I know is more of a restaurant. Australasia and Sunset. Oh my god, Sunset is the prettiest bar. I'm going to include a picture here. It is absolutely amazing. I love it. So I would really love to go back to Manchester and London this year if it's possible. I absolutely love another place which I've actually not really brought to my channel or my Instagram much at all because I haven't really been, but it's actually the Isle of Islay. So I go to Islay quite a lot. I'm in the whiskey industry. There's a lot of distilleries on Islay. There's a festival every year. Oh my goodness, Islay is one of the most fantastic places. I absolutely love it. There's such an amazing just island atmosphere. It is the most beautiful place. The sun honestly shines so much on that island. It is just, it's like a Scottish paradise. I absolutely love it. I'm desperate to go back. So let me think where else. I think I've mentioned Speyside as well. I do really like to go up north and go to Speyside. I also would love to go back to Padstow or like the Cornwall area. I've been years and years ago and I always remember it was absolutely gorgeous. So I would love to go down there. Although I know it is quite a popular place, so I feel like this year it might be so busy, so maybe not this year, but that's somewhere I would definitely love to go as well. But that really is me getting to the end of the video, so I hope it's gone okay today. I've really enjoyed filming it, but sometimes it's hard to tell how the video is going to come across until you're editing it, so I do hope you've enjoyed it. Please give the Pornstar Martini a try. You have to taste it. It's honestly, it's stunning. Even if you don't want to make it, next time you're in a bar, see if they have it on the menu and give it a go and let me know if you do. I'd love to know what you think. But that really is the end of today's video. I wanted to say the next video I'm thinking of doing is help me pick my leaving lockdown outfit. So I think we've got about 2 weeks, or maybe I think it's actually less than 2 weeks now until Scotland comes out of lockdown and the bars are opening for outdoor service only. But I thought that could be my next video, help me pick an outfit. So another fashion one coming next week. But yeah, I really hope you all have a good week. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you on the next video. Bye!